What is up, guys? It is Southeast Softwash, the 17th. Tomorrow we are headed to the huge convention up in Atlanta, and we've been working this week to finish up our demo skid. We've had this thing in the shop for months, just hadn't had time to finish it out. So we've got the truck cleaned up, washed and waxed today, broke down our demo booth that we had kind of mocked up in here to see what it would look like. So we'll be rolling out early in the morning, but let me take you guys through this skid real quick. So this is an Max Pro, that's our flagship model, but this one's kind of special because this is one we're going to be showing off. Before we get down into this thing, guys, listen, a lot of the cool stuff on this skid, we can't do that on every skid because it would take like 3 times longer to build it out to that level of neat. So this is just kind of a showpiece, but the nuts and bolts are the same as our Max Pro, which a ton of you guys that are going to watch this video already have. So you guys that have one, you'll see the differences. There are 2 new things that we're going to be debuting at the huge convention, and then one sort of new thing, the real deal hose reel. Ty, pan around and show them we got real deals in the shop in spades. Got a big stack of them right here and got another stack of them over there. So those are our in-house hose reels. Had a guy comment the other day and say, you're not a manufacturer, you don't actually make them. Well, yeah, we kind of do, but we do outsource a lot of our fabrication because we simply can't keep up with it anymore. So, but those companies that we work with, that we're very close to those companies, I'll say that. So we'll be debuting the real deals while we're there. That's kind of new for this year for us. They've been out a couple of months. We've got a couple of hundred of those hose reels out in the field. Been a tremendous product for us, and it solved the problem of not being able to get enough hose reels. But the 2 new things that we're going to be showing off at the huge convention, number 1 is this bad boy right here. So this is our 24 volt, 10 gallon a minute, 100 PSI Softwash pump. It is a Softwash dedicated pump. So the cool thing about this is it's got sensors made up here at the top and the bottom. Basically, this is 2 pumps put together. That way, if it detects a leak, it'll shut off, and this red light will light up telling you that, hey, there's a leak up here on this side. So you'll replace this cartridge for 40 bucks instead of the whole pump. Same thing down here. If it detects a leak on the bottom, it'll shut off. This red light will come on telling you, hey, you got an issue down here. So an issue is inevitable no matter what Softwash system you're running, just the nature of dealing with SH and corrosive chemicals and stuff. So really cool. But the other neat thing is, yeah, it's only 40 bucks, but the whole thing's only $400. So very affordable way to get into that 10 gallon a minute performance. A lot of guys are looking for that kind of, I call it Tim the Toolman Taylor performance, and they're going to gas systems and boosters and air, and they go through all these different systems. Well, this is a really good, affordable, maintenance-friendly option that you guys can throw on a rig. So these are not available yet. We've got one. We've wiped them out. There are no more there. We're partnering with Northern Tool on this, so we'll be able to get some of these, and in the future, we'll be able to add them to the rigs. And pretty much this configuration is going to be how we offer it. One 12 volt on that side, that'll be your workhorse, and then this one on this side, 24 volt, 10 gallon a minute for the times where you need a little bit more power and a little bit more flow. You don't want this all the time because it's overkill on, I'd say, 85% of your jobs, but it's a nice way to get that power without dropping 2,500 bucks on a big beefy metering system and the gas to get to that. Plus then you got all the maintenance that comes along with those systems. So nothing wrong with those systems. I think this is a better option for most guys that are looking for that. So this is really cool. I think this will be a game changer in the market. I know that game changer gets said a lot. Let me show you a true game changer, okay? This right here is a game changer. Ty's smiling behind the camera because we put this thing up here today. So this is our revolutionary guy. I can't say enough about it. Let me get on this side. My brother-in-law is sort of a robotics, electronics engineer guy, and I pitched this idea to him back about 6 months ago, and I said, hey, this is something we've been wanting to do for coming up on 2 years now. We just haven't been able to pull it off. We're super busy, so he knocked it out of the freaking park. And you guys know we're a little slow about rolling things out, i.e. this. You know, if you're in the queue, don't call me and say, hey, I want one of those. I'd love to do it for you. That's going to take some time. The good news is this will be retrofittable to old skids and trailers very easily by the end user. So we'll let you guys know for sure when we're going to offer that as an option. But this as well, very, very cool. I think this is like the best thing I've seen in about 10 years. Like, this really gets me excited. So what do we have here? This is called the Smart Blend Pro. Okay, we're working on trademarking all this stuff. The real deals, all that stuff will be trademarked, and we're working on patenting this because it is the first of its kind. So we're remote control here. You guys will see that obviously in my hand. And we've got a custom cabinet. Now the cool thing about the cabinet is you can remove the door for maintenance and access to get in there and work on it a little bit better. Really nice, sealed up. So these are watertight anyway, but we're putting them in a cabinet because the cabinet is nice, and it also provides a mounting point for these two actuator valves. So looking inside here, we've got bleach, water in the middle, and surfactant on the left-hand side. So we only really need to meter the bleach and the surfactant. In the days past, there's been remote control systems out there for downstreaming, which is really cool. You can remote control, shut on and shut off your downstream injector. I think some guys have put remotes on other things, but they're just very basic, simple on and off. Okay, well, Southeast ain't interested in that because that's not cool enough for us. We want to go to the extreme and do something new that nobody's ever done before, and this is it. So what we've got on the remote, now this is not the final remote, this is just a prototype remote, and the printing on here is kind of not the best, but it works for a prototype. So we've got SH in red and soap in green. Soap, we've got 3 settings, 1, 2, 3, so kind of low, medium, high. How much surfactant do you want to use? Then SH, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let me power the system on. I'll show you guys right there. We've got a switch over here, and when I cut it on, now we've got power to the system. So with this remote control, I can be up to 300 feet away, and I can change the ratios on my blend manifold to anything I want it to, which is really, really cool. And it's going to save you guys a ton of working and walking back to the truck. You think if you do 3 or 4 jobs a day and you walk back and forth to your truck or your trailer, an average of, 5 or 6 times per job, that's a lot of walking, which is a lot of time. And so this is going to get you guys in and out a lot quicker. Now, I'm not against walking. Walking's good for you, but when we're out there working, we want to get done with this thing. We can make really fast adjustments. So the cool thing about these, this is our 2nd generation actuator that we've decided on. We've kind of landed on this one. It turns very quickly. Also, it's got a manual override with a standard Allen key. So if something happens and the system goes down, you're still operational. Take an Allen, turn it and adjust it where you want. This little dial here is your display that's telling you basically where the position of the valve is in the back. So here's water. We don't need to touch it. Bleach and soap. And so what we'll do right now, let's cut them both off. Off, make sure they're off. Yep, they are. Okay, they're in the off position. Let's pick the SH here. We're going to go to 6. So we'll make the biggest change that we could ever make. If you'll watch right here, it's doing its thing. And I'm not counting, but it's about a 15-second actuation time. And that's if you're going from 0 all the way over to 6. So if you're just making an in-between change, it's a lot quicker than that. 15 seconds is very fast. So we're very happy with that. We'll go ahead and change the soap as well over to 3%, or not 3%, but level 3, so high on the soap. We got low, medium, and high. So the soap is spinning around, the logic board's doing its thing, and it's telling it to go to full soap. So very cool. We've got 300-foot range. Well, our hoses are only 200 feet, so that's plenty. We've got 100 extra feet of play there. We'll never be further than that away from the rig anyway. On most jobs, I mean, there may be a rare scenario where you're a little further away. This probably reach a little further. It does have an antenna mounted here on top, so it's getting good signal. But the coolest thing about this to me is we've got feedback on the remotes. If you guys will look here, SH is blinking 6 times, and soap is going to blink 3 times. See that? All right, so what that's telling me is if I forget, hey, where did I set that thing to? All I got to do is glance down at my remote. If I see that the soap bleep, let's change the soap to 2 times. We'll go back to number 2 there. It's actuating and moving. It's only going to take it just a second to do that change. And now we get 2 blinks for soap. Let's change the SH back down to, say, 3. All right, the SH is turning. And in just a second, it'll stop. Boom, it stopped. And now we're getting 3 blinks on SH and 2 on soap. So very cool. That way you have positive confirmation that you made the adjustment. The remote's magnetic as well. You can stick it on the box. Don't recommend that. Probably going to fall off and lose it. Keep it on you. Let me put this cabinet back on. Show you guys the rest of the skid. So by the end of the week, we are going to start taking pre-orders on this system here. Let me shut this back off. We're going to take pre-orders on the Smart Blend Pro. All right, so stay tuned for that. Guys, if you drop a bunch of comments down there, I'm going to read them, but I'm probably not going to be able to answer every one of them. We're super busy this week. So just keep an eye out. When we drop this for pre-order, you can go ahead and get on a waiting list. They're coming very soon. We've got all these components on the way. Now that we've tested this one enough to know that it's great, it's good to go. So if you want to get on a pre-order list, we'll make that available. It will be a no ETA item. All I can tell you is it's coming very soon. It's not going to be a 6-month thing or a 5-month thing or a 4-month thing. It may be somewhere around 90 days-ish. Might be a little longer, okay, if there's some delays. I can't give you a date. So if you order one of these things on pre-order, understand, place your order and don't call us. We'll call you as soon as we get them in and get them out to you. And they're going to be pricey, all right, because they are not cheap to build, but very, very cool. I think we've landed on a home run here. So let's continue walking around the skid. You guys will notice we added a little QR reader right there. Take your smartphone and scan into that, and it'll take you to the tech support section of our website. So just in case you have an issue with the skid. Now we're going to start doing this on every one of our Illumax Pros that roll out of here. Ty, who's holding the camera, is actually making these for us with his really cool laser. Guys, I need to say this. If you have anything you want laser engraved, hit up State Line Engraving on Facebook. Ty's got like the bomb.com laser machine. He's really good at this stuff. He's been playing with it for about a year. So if you got any lasering stuff, it's really cool. I've got tons of laser stuff he's done for me, koozies, keychains. It's really neat. Logoed material to have. Let's take a look inside the box. So this skid's a little different. We do need 24 volts to power the big pump over there, and that's what we've got here, a 24 volt bank to power the large pump. Now over here we've got a 12 volt bank. Now you'll notice we've got 2 batteries on this side as well. So what we've done is, just to make the box look symmetrical, went ahead and sandwiched another battery in there, just providing a larger 12 volt bank, which is going to give us a lot more runtime on our 5.5. You don't need that, guys, okay? We've used single bank systems forever. 6 to 8 hours of spray time is plenty anyway, but we just did it on this one because it's a showpiece, and you can do that on your rigs, you know, throw another battery in there. Completely not needed, kind of a nice feature, but there's a lot of things that you can keep going into the cool realm, and you wind up with something like this. But if I built this for a customer, it would have to be like 30 grand because it took us 3 days to build. I do have a little drip right here, so I got to fix that tomorrow. That is one of the negatives of a quick connect, but you'll notice this is a different pump. So this is a Rimco pump. We are transitioning over to those on our flagship stuff. The Lumimax and the trailers are going to get Rimco pumps in the near future. We're still using Everflows, but we're going to try out some Rimcos and see if we get a little bit more longevity out of them. It's just worth a shot. Everflows, some of them are great. They'll last 5 or 6 months. Sometimes you'll get one and it craps out in 2 weeks, and that's kind of, we're trying to make sure that our customers are up and running as much as possible. So we're going to try another one, another brand. This is made in the USA. I know a lot of guys that build equipment use Rimco, so we're going to try them out and see. So we're a dealer for those guys now. But one thing about the Rimcos is they don't come with a fuse, and so we put this here, which is another cool feature. It is an inline circuit breaker. We bought these, bought a whole bunch of them, and if it trips, basically that's what it does. So you walk over here and the pump's not running, all you got to do is boop, reset, and you're back up and operational. So had to put that on there, but that's better than a fuse anyway. So once we make this transition, this will be standard as well for us. Really cool. So we've got a final thing here on this skid. Let me cut the lights off so you guys can see it really good. We got a bunch of LEDs on here. Right. So the first one I'm going to show you is some custom puddle lights that we had added to the truck. I did a video the other night, but it didn't show up really good. That is really cool. Digging that a whole lot, so that is neat. And they shut off when you close the door. But Ty's been working on this the last few days, so we've got, yeah, a little snazzy. All right, it's on both sides of the truck. We built an enclosure inside there, so it's weatherproof, and we've got the logo, and they even took the time to black out the parts of our logo that are blacked out, so they spend a lot of time on that. And then we've also got some tank lights on this skid as well. So it's gonna pop at the convention. We've got blue in the back for water, green up front for surfactant. The one in the middle is yellow for bleach, and it shows up pretty good in here with the lights off, but we were worried about it earlier. It's not as bright as the other two. So pretty neat, pretty neat. Let me get the lights back on and show you guys one more little thing, and then we're gonna get out of here. Cause I'm hungry. Ain't ate no supper. Come around here to the other side of the truck. We put this on, you don't need this. We just threw it on this skid, guys. You could add this to your skids or your trailers, very simple. Just an inline filter for our feed reel coming in. So we got a couple of these in the shop. They're just inlets for a pressure washer, but it's a filterized inlet. It still allows for plenty of water flow. Just another little something different. We're going to a trade show. We just wanted to spruce it up a little bit, guys. So pretty cool. That's what we're taking up there. We're taking some other stuff. Gonna be fun, I hope, not too stressful. We'll see you guys later. Check it out. The pumps, the blenders, all that cool stuff. Watch out for videos coming at the Huge. We'll do individual videos about those items and do a little more detail. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys at the Huge convention. See ya.